both these competitors are under the age of 16, so give them a big round of applause for getting in here tonight. The introducing first, fighting to my left. This man has a record of 2 wins and no defeats. He fights out of Hammer and hails from St. Helens. Put your hands together for Lars, Atkins. And his opponent, fighting to my right. This man fights out of Earl. Of the Daywalkers team, tonight makes his promotional debut. Put your hands together for Torrence. Our referee for this bout is Mr. Torrence.
Good job, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here in Earlham at ICE Fighting Championships 2. I'm Jamie the Haymaker, hey.
And I'm Ian M16 Button.
Good to be with you, Ian. So we've started off the night with a 62-kilogram amateur C fight with Lars Atkins from Hammer taking on Jack Torrence from Daywalkers.
Lars put his hand out there to touch gloves and Torrence wanted none of it. Both looked very focused on the way in.
Yeah, I've heard very, very good things about both these kids. Both obviously young lads, Lars being 15 and Jack being 14.
Both showed a great repertoire of strikes there, but that was a strange takedown. It was an accidental tie up of the legs, or whether it was an actual intentional takedown. It looked like a half scissor attempt.
He's kind of going up for a nice body triangle now. What are your thoughts on the amateur C rules, Ian?
Probably better than us. Do you know what? I think it's good rules. It's good to get them in front of a crowd, getting a little bit of experience. And this worked out well, you know. We see the striking, both, like I say, throwing a good repertoire of strikes. It's just that sometimes you can end up with a bit of a stalemate on the striking. It's nice that this has gone to the floor. We can see a bit more of the groundwork. I just don't think it works for striking.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, mate. I think the funny part about this was both lads wanted to fight at amateur A because of their ages wasn't allowed.
Yeah, who says they're not allowed?
It's more to do with there could be a mutiny on the hands from the local press. I think that seems to be the problem. But we decided not to go all ahead with the amateur A and went for the amateur C.
Right, okay, well, yeah. We don't want to get the wrong side of the press. Bad press is not good. He's working, he's very, very good. Look at that, very, very tight armbar. Works his legs up well. He squeezes his knees together.
He seems to
have
got
roll him over. Can he roll him?
He seems to have rolled out there.
Yeah, he could roll onto his front though here and tighten this up.
Yeah, he's got the arm threaded through, hasn't he? So he just needs to pull through on his hips.
Yeah, he needs to stop doing that and just probably link his arms together and use his whole body. So the whole body against one arm should have worked. But
so from them shots there, he actually lost position, didn't he?
Yeah, and that's why it's good for him to get this sort of experience, because sometimes when you mix up the punches and the submissions, you can start using one instead of the other. You know, you want to use punches to set up the submission, but also if you've got yourself in that submission position, finish it.
Yeah, nice leg kick there with straight 1-2 afterwards.
See, this is what I don't like. You know, the sort of the
body shots.
Yeah, just the body shots, and a lot of times you can end up, you know, to get an accidental low blow from the knees and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You know, you get two amateur C fighters, one's orthodox, one's southpaw, and you've just got a nightmare on your hands.
Yeah, it's not what you want to see sometimes. But we've got Lars Atkins actually only fought last weekend and took this fight on 6 days' notice.
Well, it's 2 fights, 2 wins. He's obviously very confident. You can see straight away, you know, his jumping guard is confident from his back, you know, which you can do in the amateur C when you're not getting punched in the face, and he's good at getting his legs up high. You know, he set up submissions. We saw the armbar.
Yeah, he's been a bit of a mixed round, hasn't he, Ian?
Yeah, certainly. I think Torrence needs to be very careful in the guard.
Nice after the bell shot there. Don't mind that, do you, Ian?
Have that. Right in the solar plexus.
So what are your thoughts on the first round there, mate?
I thought it was very good, very even. It's difficult to see, you know, especially like we're talking about the amateur C rules, how they're going to score that. You know, jumping guard, is that going to be a negative point, or is it the fact that he jumped guard and he started attacking with that position? You know, so a jiu-jitsu purist watching that might score that to the guy who's jumping guard and attacking for a finish.
Yeah.
You know, he nearly got the armbar, whereas someone, you know, a wrestling sort of MMA guy would be like, ooh, keeps dropping to his back, we'll score against him. So that round could have gone either way. Yeah,
I totally agree with you, mate. He seems to be a big issue at the minute, doesn't it, with the judging of fights, and that has always been a major problem in the big fights, hasn't it?
Yeah, or is it a problem, you know, it is subjective. And I think that's one of the things that I love about the sport is, you know, two people can watch the same fight, especially a close one like this, and it just depends, you know, what are you looking for, what is that person looking for. You've obviously got the criteria to follow. The criteria isn't really linked to amateur C rules, so here we've got an open season really.
Yeah, definitely. So round 2, let's see what difference is next round.
Well, I'm going to predict Atkins jumps guard and attacks for submissions from the guard.
Seems to be the way done it, throwing a couple of nice nasty leg kicks there.
Both fairly sharp with the strikes.
Talking to Jack Torrance's coach prior to this fight, and he mentioned now he's a very good striker, which makes it a real shame for the fact that he's not going to be able to strike.
Yeah, but I mean, you can see a glimpse of it there, you know, nice straight punches. Oh, there you go.
Sort of walked onto that kick then, didn't he?
Yeah, his timing was very, very good there as well.
Well, that's a nice low leg kick there.
Jump guard.
There we go.
Big straight away. What Torrence needs to do is make sure he doesn't let him have the head control, because as soon as he gets control of that head, he's getting his legs up high and he looks dangerous. See there again, he's got the head control. He needs to clear that hand from the back of the head and stay postured up.
He's got a very active guard, hasn't he, Lars Atkins?
Yeah.
Really throwing them legs up. Big long legs as well for a 62 kilogram fighter.
Both of them got very long limbs for the weight.
Yeah.
So nicely, they put the shots together really nice. I would have loved to have seen this, you know, with the sort of full rules.
This would have been a completely different fight, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So I can see again maybe Lars pulling guard from it. There we go. And as we say that,
close to a flying triangle attempt.
He's going for an armbar again.
He needs to get his hips out a little more, but that's just exactly what he needs to do. You can hear Aaron Wilkinson in his corner, posture, wham.
Yeah.
You know, back goes straight. It's very difficult to get the submission then.
Yeah, because the head's being controlled, he's really losing. He loses sort of posture completely then.
That's right.
Gets pulled down to the ground.
So again, now he needs to clear those hands from the back of the head and posture up. Then you can work your strikes in, you can look to pass. You know, when you're down that low guard, I mean, I fought, you know, very good guys like Emmanuel Fernandez, who were for that De La Riva sort of, you know, head down on the chest as they do the pass and stuff. But you know, for this sort of level, you need to stick to the basics of posture up.
Yeah.
You know, avoid the submissions.
Yeah, definitely, especially with their age as well. They've not been training too long. Both of them only got a year's sort of MMA behind them.
One thing you got to look at is they've done a year's training. Look how good they are already.
Yeah.
These guys are going to be the stars of the future.
Next generation, absolutely.
Again, there, look at that. He's dangerous to go for that armbar.
I think he's got that
this
one as well.
This looks tighter than the last one. He needs to get his knees together. See how he's got his feet together? He'd be better squeezing his knees in, not having the feet locked. When you lock the feet, the knees come apart.
Yeah, that's something I know Tom Blackledge really preaches against. He hates anyone crossing the legs.
I tell my guys, get the, you know, I mean, I think that probably lost him a submission.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, where if you pinch the knees together,
don't worry about the feet. Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, it's all learning for a year. He's getting himself in these positions.
Absolutely.
Again, he was close to getting up for the armbar again there.
Yeah, I think that was definitely Lars Atkins' round for me. That one. I think he threw some really good shots in. Now, you know, he, like I say, he fought last week and he actually beat a 21-year-old on a show in St Helens. Yeah.
What did the commission say about that?
Yeah, I don't think they would have been too happy about that, would they? But yeah, so he's not scared of fighting someone of the age of 21, which is...
Well, do you know, the thing is, you know, he's obviously a very, very capable fighter. He's got good striking, good grappling. You know, you can see that aggressive guard. You know, you put him against someone the same way, it's an even fight.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he'll say Aaron Wilkinson, giving him some obviously very, very experienced fighter. He'll know what to say to him. Yeah, he's been even. The stand-up's been very, very even.
Oh, extremely. Yeah, it's just been that from his back, from Lars's back. He just seems to be extremely active, doesn't he?
So Hammer opening up a couple of other gyms, I think, at the moment. They're sort of spreading the wings. There's one coming up in Bradford very, very soon. Will be opening, and they're opening another one in Leeds.
Yeah, they are
in the near future.
Yeah, there's a bit of a Hammer franchise going on there.
So Hammer across the north of England.
How big do you think it is for a fighter to have someone experienced like Aaron Wilkinson in the corner?
Oh, invaluable. You know, I know myself. You know, when I fought in Japan, I had Quinton Rampage Jackson there in the corner for me, and having someone with that sort of experience and someone you're a little bit scared of as well, you know, giving you, you listen to what they're saying. It's a voice you can be very recognisable. You know, Torrence will be able to hear Aaron's voice, or know him very, very well, listen to the instructions simply.
Yeah.
And, you know, like I say, it's just invaluable.
Yeah, it's a major thing, isn't it, for most fighters?
And he's there in that corner now. He'll listen to every single thing they're saying.
Now this is very much a Wilco thing, isn't it? Getting to his own corner and talking to his men.
Certainly, you see, you know, a lot of the gyms, you know, there's Aaron Wilkinson, Carl Tanswell, they're all very, very similar in that sort of style. Carl Tanswell, one of the best cornermen I've seen, you know. His fighters just know his voice. Well, I think half the scene knows his voice. And very, very good, simple instructions. Yeah,
he's always been an extremely good coach, hasn't he, Carl? He's brought some troopers on as well, and he's got Saul Rogers on tonight in Ireland taking on John Maguire, which is going to be a real tough fight.
That's right, a tough one for him, but, you know, winnable for both sides. So look at this. This is a bit of a turn up for the Bucks. He's in that corner. He's listening to instructions, and is it working out for him? This could be a finish.
He's got that pretty tight.
It's hard for us to see here what I think he just didn't have the knees pinched together. And he's lost the arm, but if he could push the head through now, he could get the triangle.
Yeah, that was really unlucky. That, I mean, Jack Torrence really went for that. I thought he had it at one point.
Yeah, the setup was nice. We couldn't see. I think maybe the cage got in the way as he was dropping back. I think that's what stopped him from getting it finished properly.
So he's now in the bottom position. He's still got all of that arm tied up, but can't do much with that. Oh, that's a bit of a low one.
Good advice there from the corner, though, from the hammer corner. You know, stand up, get away, detach.
Pulls guard again. This is a bit of a different round, this one, though, isn't it, Ian?
Yeah, we've seen a bit of both here now. I'd say so far it's Torrance's round, probably.
Yeah.
And maybe that's to do with, you know, he's in the corner, he's listened to his instructions and followed him to the letter.
He's doing everything he needs to do, but, you know, he needs to try and pass through that guard now. But there's not too long of this round left. He's passed into side control now.
Yeah, I think it was a submission attempt. He was trying to go for the triangle, winning from the bottom, and he's just letting him pass. Now, if I'm in the cage when I'm in the MMA, if I'm going to stand, obviously we can't do ground and pound in this. If I pass guard, I want them as far away from the cage as possible.
Yeah.
You know, so they can't use the cage to reverse or anything. If I'm in guard, I'll crush them against the cage, work the ground and pound, whatever. As soon as I get past the guard, I want to try and move them away from the fence.
And at the end of that round there, he's actually just took a point away for a shot to the head, I think it was.
I think it was for grabbing the fence.
Was it for grabbing the fence, was it? So he's now took a point away, which he's probably lost the fight for Torrence. Well, we go 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards there, Ian. What were your thoughts on that?
I think that point deduction could be the deciding factor there. So unfortunate.
It is good to see, though, isn't it, these young kids, 15, 14-year-old, getting in the cage.
Do you know what? I thought they were both really, really good. They both showed loads of promise. We didn't get to see much wrestling, but only because, obviously, Atkins was so confident in his guard. He was jumping the guard, working there, but a great overall performance.
Can you do me a favour, everybody? I know that there's beer and hot dogs and Alex Miller over there, but there's loads and loads of space on this side of the building, so if you could please do us a favour. And if there for you anyway, just get yourself more comfortable on the other side. I'll give everybody a free hot dog, or Alex will just move over there, because you just caused a little bit of congestion for everybody coming in. So the numbers are trying to move everybody. Like I said, there's loads and loads of space on the other side, so everybody that's walking in is just walking in behind you. Rise to the center, please. goes to our referee scorecard for the decision. Judge Condon scores about 28-28, a draw. Judges Kelly and Lee both scored about 29-28 for your winner from the blue corner, Lars Atkins. Put your hands together, show your appreciation for Jack Torrence. I'm just going to